Hey, what's going on? This is Aaron Whitlow,
I'm Ken Whalen.
and we're going to be sitting here and reviewing a movie today. We're anticipating the Ninja Turtle movie coming out. Is it next month?
I think next month, yeah.
Next month. It's going to be awesome. Well, maybe, because Michael Bay's involved, so it might not be. It might be just a lot of lens flares.
Turtle explosions.
Explosions and lens flares from space. But in anticipation of that, we figure why not review not the first Ninja Turtle movie from our childhood, but the second one that had Vanilla Ice in it. So, Secret of the Ooze. So, sorry about the contrast in here, but hey. And this is our new news channel, by the way. It's Retro Movie Takedown. So, what we're going to do is look at different movies. Me and Ken try to do it maybe each week if we can. Get in, review movies, talk about them, share what we liked, what we hate about it. Even look at movies that were bad on purpose and see what they could have did better. But this movie is one of those that is bad, but it's not bad. It's bad. It was not bad then, but it's bad now.
Yeah,
because it didn't.
Definitely bad.
It's definitely bad now. But we're talking about Secret of the Ooze. So, Ken, what's the first thing that jumped out at you on this one?
The first thing, like we were watching it, and like you said, pizza. I want pizza. First 10 minutes of the movie is nothing but people eating pizza.
Pretty much, first 10 minutes of the movie is a commercial for New York style pizza, which is like huge slices of pizza, and it seems like all of them are cheese pizza.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen too many pepperoni pizzas, except for there's a scientist that we can't confirm nor deny will later on become a fly.
Mr. Stockman.
Yeah, what was the name of the cartoon?
Baxter Stockman.
Baxter Stockman, yeah. So we can't confirm nor deny him. We suspect him to become a fly, but
I don't think it ever happens in any of the later stuff though. So
the later stuff's really bad.
Missed opportunity for sure.
Yeah, I mean you had the guy there.
Yeah, it looked just like him,
and he could have been a much better villain than what we did get. But we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, first 5-10 minutes of the movie, pizza commercial, and then we get blessed with the image of Ernie Reyes Jr. If you don't know who that is, Ken, share
Surf Ninjas. I think in the third movie he actually was one of the turtles.
I can't confirm nor deny.
I can't either yet. I haven't IMDb'd it, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And he was in a lot. He was a lot of martial arts stuff. You said he was in the Takedown. I never even realized.
Rundown,
yeah,
which is kind of like the Takedown, but it's got the Rock in it.
Yeah.
But Takedown is there a Takedown? I'm pretty sure there might be.
This is the Takedown.
But this is the Takedown day. But no, in that movie though, the Rundown, yeah, he's in there. He plays this little, I don't want to be racist, Asian kid guy. I don't know what part of the country he was in, but he beats up the Rock for a little bit. But back to the Turtles though. In this movie, in hindsight, and looking at it at first, I realized how cartoonish it is. But it was made for kids. It's truly made for kids.
Yeah.
The first one that we watched, we didn't do it today, but the first one that we watched as far as like in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, it was a little more darker than this one. This is more cartoon, kid oriented. The first one had Raphael saying "damn" and Michelangelo
Ninja kick the damn rabbit.
Yeah, so you didn't get that in this one. This is truly more of a kids movie.
Yeah, it's definitely a lighter tone than the first one. The first one was definitely darker. Had some
very dark.
Yeah, some emotional issues. You don't get that with this one. It's just, hey, it's a live action cartoon,
But to tie into the dark atmosphere of the first movie, you do get Shredder, who sounds a lot like. We was joking about it. Sounds a lot like Dark Knight.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Like he swallowed some glass and smoked too many cigars.
Where are the turtles?
Where are the turtles?
Show me the turtles. But yeah, you pretty much in this movie you have a lot of people in there that, and in hindsight, going back and looking at this movie, you notice people. Miz is in it from WWE. He's in like we was watching it and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just seen the Miz.
That was the Miz.
And that was the Miz. The Miz is in this movie. He's uncredited foot soldier
number
guy.
28 or
whatever. Yeah, he's just there. And in the scene where
I don't think he has a line. He's just in the background, messing it up.
Yeah, messing it up. And in this movie, like there's a scene where the Asian dude that's not Shredder, bald Shredder guy, that is a horrible henchman. We said Shredder should just fire him.
Yep.
Cause,
his HR department dropped the ball on that one.
Matter of fact, they should fire the whole Foot Clan because the Foot Clan, they serve no purpose. And just little things when we looked at this movie that we seen, like why does not the whole state of New York, in the city of New York at that, know that there is a mountain of trash that's the headquarters of the Foot Clan? Like, would you not see these barrels stacked sky high in tires? Yeah, and you, unless it's a bodega and it's a front for like the
Foot Clan.
Yeah, like they may be like really is like a salvage yard, but then in reality, they're really a criminal headquarters.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Miz is in it. John Michael White, who goes on to play Spine, is in it for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, we saw that. That was nuts.
I'm pretty sure Burt Reynolds was in it.
You said Kevin Nash was in it as Super
Shredder. He didn't know this. And of course, Vanilla Ice is in it.
Yeah,
that's when the movie. We got so many complaints. At first, when we first went into looking at this movie, we thought this is going to be a great movie. This is going to be nostalgic. It's good to see. But in looking at it, this is what did they do wrong almost. Like as far as, because they did a lot of stuff wrong in this movie. Like, for one,
nobody's supposed to know who the Ninja Turtles are. They break into this nightclub. All of a sudden, Vanilla Ice knows their entire back history, starts freestyling it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Vanilla Ice didn't freestyle. Yeah.
No.
Also, I made a joke because there's this one scene in the movie where April O'Neil is at the news headquarters and there's this black lady there and she's dressed like the Riddler. And I don't know why nobody else noticed that. She gets up and I'm like, the Riddler! Oh, no.
They did do a good job of letting us know who April O'Neil was in this one.
They did,
because they changed the actress.
I
like the original actress
cute,
better.
Yeah. This one, not so much. She was
she
there.
She didn't have a big part, but he comes out and he's like, "Hey, aren't you?" And her friend says, "Yeah, April O'Neil." You're like, "Oh."
So now we know this is April O'Neil. Yeah, and that's good. And like you said, like Ken said, they did a good job with just let us know who, showcase that. But yeah, the movie by itself wasn't terrible, but
there's worse movies out there for sure.
Yeah, like Geely. But this movie, or the new Transformers movie. There you go.
4?
Yeah. Did you like it? I heard it's horrible.
Really? I heard a lot of people liked it.
I heard a lot of people hated it. We don't know the same people, I guess.
I guess not.
But that's
But Transformers 2.
Yeah, we can just Transformers 1, or Shia LaBeouf's career.
There you go. There you
go.
That nailed it.
Yeah, Shia. Look, barf. But back to these turtles. One thing that I want, me and Ken was looking at, and I noticed, one, there is truly no explanation to why Shredder survived the first movie. He fell into the garbage. Casey Jones, who is missing totally from this movie. What happened to Casey Jones? Bebop and Rocksteady is not in none of the films.
Okay, so instead of going with known characters, Bebop and Rocksteady, who kids loved, they sold tons of toys.
Or Krang even.
And Krang. Yeah. But specifically Bebop and Rocksteady, instead of putting them in the movie and putting the money into making those costumes, we get Toka and Razor.
Yeah.
A werewolf with a huge underbite and, for lack of a better word, a retarded turtle.
Yeah. Yeah, and they can't close his hands. There's a scene
where
one of the turtles, they're so interchangeable. Leonardo, one of them puts a donut in his hand, and he eats it. I think it's Mikey. Mikey did it. Anyway.
So they had to put the donut in his hand because he couldn't grab it out of the box.
It's so bad. But yeah, and these characters also, me and Ken was talking about the fact that when you first are introduced to these characters, you see them, the bald head Shredder guy runs off, in fear, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then when when he actually interacts with Shredder, the real Shredder, they want to hug him and say mama and stuff.
Yeah.
You are not
You don't
invested.
hug the Shredder.
And but then with those characters, it just ruins like whatever you want us to be afraid of these characters or think they are legitimate threats. They are not.
No.
They're not. And then also with Shredder at the end of the movie when he becomes Super Shredder Kevin Nash, there's a scene where he kills and he points out something that's brilliant, but where he goes and ruins and starts destroying the dock that he's under for some reason, and everything caves in on him, and he supposedly is dead. And then there's there's like
it's just a pallet.
A pallet.
It comes out of nowhere. It's just
completely
on top of him.
Completely unharmed on top of him. And so, but still, that wouldn't have killed him because he's Super Shredder. Yeah. And also, Ken pointed out, which is great, brilliant. I'm going to enjoy doing this show with him. He pointed out the fact that how did the mutagen turn his shred his armor
he goes
into
his regular
mutagen.
Shredder, gets the mutagen on him, and all of a sudden now he's got like this ultra badass razor suit on.
That's makes mutagen does not affect the armor that you're wearing.
And I remember thinking as a kid when I was watching that movie that didn't make any sense. Like that insulted my intelligence as a child.
And apparently the mutagen turned you from an Asian dude to a big white dude named Kevin Nash, who has a horrible career later on in life. But all right, we're gonna talk real quick, briefly about the good, bad, and what they could have done better. What was the good to you in this film?
Like I said, some of the plot points that they wrapped up from the first one, what different people playing different characters. Mm-hmm. That may be about it.
Pretty much it. The bad in it would say everything. Vanilla Ice is in the movie.
The animatronics were even bad.
The animatronics. Poor Jim Henson died prior to that, and sadly he wasn't around to see what. I mean, but you can tell the animatronics is truly Jim Henson's. Like if you look in the eyes of his creatures, in the eyes you'll see that they're totally Jim Henson's eyes. You can look at Storyteller. You can look at. I don't think he did Never Ending Story. He might have did Never Ending Story. I'm not sure. But or just look at any of the earlier stuff.
Dark Crystal.
Yeah, Dark Crystal is totally Jim Henson. It's awesome. And the thing about that Ken said that he pointed out was this, that if you look at, and this goes with the bad, if you look at it, this is a step backwards from, say, Dark Crystal that came out maybe 10 years prior to this movie. That was excellent with the animatronics, excellent with the effects, even for practical effects in the 80s. That movie is just, even though it's got, amazing. Yeah, it's great.
But again, the budget for this movie may not have been that big either. I'm pretty sure they used the same heads from the original movie. Yeah. It looks like it, but the way that the puppeteers just didn't really
gel.
They didn't kill it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's our review of the movie. Oh yeah. Also, and what could they have done better? Made it a different movie, and also no Vanilla Ice.
And hired somebody that was actually a writer.
Yeah. And rehired
Bebop and
Rocksteady. Hire the original April O'Neil later.
Yeah, she was awesome.
And bring back Casey Jones, which was awesome in the first one.
Yeah.
And Les Pizza.
Yeah, because I mean, you sit there. I can only imagine myself back when this came out, going to the theaters and watching it, sitting down for this movie, and for the whole movie, I'm just sitting there going, "Pizza sounds really good right now. I want pizza." Maybe that was the trick. They get you thinking about pizza, so you don't notice how bad the movie is.
That's right. Maybe that's what they did.
That's brilliant.
I mean, maybe it's a really good movie, and we just don't know it. You know, it's not a really good movie. The sequel to this was when Turtles went back in time, which was bad. And then you know what else is not a good movie? This new one is gonna come. Or maybe I don't know. So that's why we watch this, because we are trying to be excited about this new movie, and it's hard to be excited about it because Michael Bay is attached to it, although he didn't direct it. You can see the lens flares from the freaking trailers of this movie, and I just and I don't like Megan Fox. I just don't like Megan Fox. She was horrible in Transformers. She was horrible in Jennifer's Body. She's just horrible. She just
she's a horrible person.
She's a horrible person. I'm pretty sure she smacks blind children. She's a horrible person. But this movie is not absolutely bad, but it's not absolutely good. There's worse.
Like you said, there's way worse. I mean, it is what it is. It's a kids movie. Kids movies don't necessarily have to make sense.
That's right.
This one does not. So, yeah.
But anyway, that's our review for this movie. If you want to see some more stuff that we do later on, we're gonna do some more reviews and whatnot. Please comment below. Tell us what you think of the show. Tell us what we can do better. Sorry about the lens flares. Like J.J. Abrams has something to do with this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's J.J. Abrams. Lens flares, not the other guy. But both of them's horrible.
Well, I don't know, man. We'll talk about that later.
We're gonna review great movies like Super 8 and stuff like that.
I think the next one we should do is Last Dragon, man.
We are going to do Last Dragon. We might even watch it today, and we might even review it today because.
I'm so pumped.
Well, hey, so we enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the show. Enjoy what we do here, and we'll see you next time. I'm Aaron Whitlow.
I'm Ken Whalen.
And this is Retro Movie Takedown.